is another game by Eric Lang. This is Viking themed Blood Rage. This is an area control game. Cost a bit of a buzz on Kickstarter 3 years ago maybe. But yeah, it's kind of similar to that Rising Sun that we mentioned earlier, but this is it's more of a compact sort of game. And again, it's got like some fantastic miniatures in there. So what you're doing, you basically got you've got different points that you're going to spend to take different actions, and every round there's 3 phases in the game, so every phase you're going to draft some cards. You're going to pick one out of a hand of cards, and you're going to pick one, pass them on, pick one, pass them on. You end up with, I think it's 6 cards in your hand, and every turn you're going to spend points to play a card and then take actions and summon monsters, move your troops around the board, hoping to take control of areas. And this is I've just come out with a few extra bits for this, so maybe we'll pick it up, I don't know, but yeah, this is probably a better game than Rising Sun, probably, but I don't know, maybe we like the feedback. There's a bit of hidden information in this one. You never really know whether or not you've won the game right until the very end. You think you've done enough, and then, you know, my mum generally comes in and it's like, you know, takes the piss out of me. But Blood Rage number 10. Number 9 is it's a Hasbro game. Not many Hasbro games on this list, but it's down there in a big box because there's just so much of it. And yeah, it's Heroscape. It's all made out of these sort of plastic tiles, and they're sort of modular, so you can fit them together. And yes, it's just a sort of a skirmish game really. So you've got a certain amount of points that you're going to spend to assemble your troops at the beginning of the game, and you're going to throw them out into the battlefield, and it's just a case of moving them, attacking, moving, attack. And all you do is you roll dice to see if you get a hit, and then the other person rolls a defense and sees if they defend, and you just take one away from the other. But the thing that makes this great is that all these bits and bobs, they all fit together, and you can just create whatever maps you want. They look fantastic. I'll put some pictures up somewhere, but yeah, they just look fantastic. The only problem being is it takes too long, quite a long time probably, to assemble and disassemble the game. But yeah, it's just simplicity. My kids love this one. I mean, we've made, being geeks and that, we've made our own little terrain bits and that. Yeah, what can I say? This is just should be back in print. I mean, it's no good releasing all these sort of half-baked expansions to this one. They need to reprint this. So, Mr. Davio, sort it out, mate. Another area control games is Kemet. Yes, obviously set in ancient Egypt. Again, it's another points-based system. So you get these points every turn. You're going to spend them to take actions. And yeah, this is this one. This thing that makes this one special is that whereas a lot of war games, they sort of you build up, you very slowly build up, and then you take tentative steps. You don't know when you're going to attack, and if you do attack, then everything's done. You know, it's very difficult to recover. But this one actively encourages you to get stuck in and start a few tear-ups, you know, because you can teleport from anywhere on the map into your opponent's territory as long as there's an obelisk on the map. But everybody's always a certain amount of spaces away from each other at the start. So yeah, this one, you've got these wonderful loads and loads of technology tiles. So on your turn you can buy these big monster miniatures. I think I'm on the back here. Yeah, so you've got all these miniatures on the back you could buy, and a lot of these have got different special abilities that you can use to whack your opponents up. And yeah, this is just probably one of the best war games ever made. It just really sort of changed the rule book as far as war games are concerned. It's got a wonderful theme, brilliant artwork, and yeah, you can lose yourself in this one. So yeah, Kemet, number 8. Number 7 is Blada Chevantros. It's a Czech Mage Knight. Yeah, probably the most complex game on the list, probably I would say. Probably, yeah, one of the reasons being is that you've got a rule book to explain a rule book. So yeah, it takes a bit of time and a bit of effort to invest. You need to invest some time and effort into this one if you want to play it. But yeah, we play it solo. I usually play this one solo because it's just takes too long with more than one player. But yeah, you're exploring this map with these objectives you've got to take care of. You're fighting monsters, blah blah blah. But this has got a bit of everything. It's got a bit of deck building. It's got a bit of leveling up, you know. And yeah, it's epic. It's an epic game. It's just released the deluxe version with all the expansions, but obviously we're not going to bother with that because we got more in the box anyway. So no.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Antoine Bowser's 7 Wonders. It's a civilization building game for 7 players. Can you believe that? So, well, clearly 7 players, 7 Wonders. But this takes the traditional empire building games that sprawl across the table and condenses it down into just a few cards. So you've got this card drafting round, so everybody gets a certain amount of cards. You pick one, pass them on, and then you're using those cards every round to play in front of you to get resources to build this civilization that's in front of you. And even though there's up to 7 players, you're only really concerned with the people on your left or right, you know, because you can go to war, be able to nick your resources. And yeah, this is, I mean, it takes 30 minutes to play it with 7 players. That tells you all you need to know really. There's so many expansions for this. It's been, when was it, 2011? It's been expanded over the years. It's a condensed epic game. It really does fool your mind into thinking you're doing more than you are. But yeah, 7 Wonders really should have been number 7, but there you go.
Number
5 is Skull and Roses, the ultimate portability. So this is basically just a bunch of beer mats. That's all. You can play this with anything. You make this yourself, but yeah. So everyone's got a bunch of beer mats. I think you've got three roses and 1 skull. And on your turn, you'll be flipping, putting these beer mats down, and then at some point, someone will claim that they could flip over so many beer mats without revealing a skull. And yeah, when you first play this, when you're like, what, is that it? But there's like a meta game that goes on where you start to read the way that people play their cards and think, well, if they've done that last time, are they going to really do that this time? But while you're thinking what they're doing the same to you. So it's this tremendous back and forth with this one. Yeah, this is I'll take this everywhere. And I think everyone that plays it, it's difficult to get your brain around sometimes, but when you first play this one. But once you've got it in there, it's gone around. Just so unbelievable. It's just a few beer mats inside the box, but yeah, you haven't got it. I'm gonna send the skull round to sort you out. Skull.
Number 4.
Number 4 is a game that has been out of print for ages, just got a reprint, or meant to be in a reprint. It's Project Elite. This is our favourite real-time game. So you got this map. Everyone takes a character with a special ability, and you got this big map, and you're defending this facility at the bottom of the map, and you start a timer for 2 minutes, and during those 2 minutes you're rolling these dice, and they're giving you icons that relate to different actions you can take, like fire a weapon or move. And you've got these hordes and hordes of aliens moving through the map on specified routes, and you've got to blast them out and complete these objectives. But the difference between this one and, say, I don't know, Escape Curse of the Temple, is that after those 2 minutes you pause and you can regroup, and new aliens come out obviously, but you can discuss what you want to do with the other players. So yeah, this is the first edition. You got the Adrenaline expansion down there, which is, that took ages, it's tough to get. This just been reprinted by Call Me or Not, but we don't need that. This is, the miniatures suck, they're just blobs of plastic, they're really shit, but we don't care. It gives it a sense of charm, you know. So yeah, Project Elite. I mean, if you can find a first edition, I'd recommend this one over that Call Me or Not one. But yeah, this is a fantastic game, and you need it in your life now. Number 3 is it's a dexterity game. What do you expect? It's another one that's in a box down there, but I'm not getting it out because not really anything to show you. In fact, if you hold on, well, you've got it. the mini version. Here's Pitchcar, and this is it's a load of bits of MDF that have been chopped up, and you can stick them together like a jigsaw puzzle. And you're making like sort of Formula One tracks, and all you're doing is flicking discs around this track. That's it. There's just a few extra rules for if you fly off a track, but yeah, whoever gets through the finish line, a specified number of laps wins the game. And yeah, sort of like Cyclades trick for board game geeks, you know. There's a lot of skill, dexterity in this one, and this expansions upon expansions. I mean, we've got a big old box down there, and you can build tracks up, but you can bridges, tunnels, different stunt tracks, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, Pitchcar. Yeah, you should pick this up. You don't have to get everything like we did because we're sad, but even if you just get even the mini version or the base game, it's worth it because it plays up to 8 players. You can play as many players as you want as long as you've got enough discs for it. But yeah, this is number 3. It's one of the greatest games ever made.
Number 2.
Number 2 is a party game we'll be playing probably over Christmas, and it's Monarchus. It comes in different iterations, so we've got times up here somewhere, and yeah, it's sort of like an advanced version of charades, I suppose. So everyone gets these cards. There's one deck of cards, and you choose which cards you want. You can chuck some away, and you end up with this one deck of cards that both teams use. You split into 2 teams or more teams. What you're doing, every card's got in this one, it's got like a phrase or a word or a person on it. And there's 3 rounds. In the first round, you can say whatever you want. In the second round, you can only use one word, and in the third round, you can only you can't use any words. You can only use actions. And the great thing about this, you might think, well, so what? I mean, but the thing is, throughout the game, everybody gets familiar with the cards. You see, because you need in the first round, you need to make sure that you do enough visual clues for the third round. If you know what I mean. And yeah, I tell you that everyone that's played this one, it's gone down like a hoot. We've had so many laughs with this. You know, I've seen people cry with laughter, and it really causes a really nice atmosphere at a party. So Monica's time's up. Doesn't matter which one you get. Yeah, it's got a bit more of a risque thing, so it's good for a sort of an adult party. But yeah, you need to get this one. Monica's absolutely fantastic game.
Happy Christmas, everyone! It's the one and only. Number 1 is 42. Oh. No!
And the number 1 game of all time is Bruno Catala's Cyclades. Yeah, Cyclades, whatever. Anyway, this is a dudes on the map game. And yeah, this is like the opposite to Kemet, and this is like a slow burner. So you're sort of building up your armies and your fleets, and you're taking baby steps towards victory. And then, but the thing is, you've got to watch what everyone else is doing, because victory conditions, you need to build 2 metropolises, and that could happen at any time. So you've got to be careful. You've got to keep your eyes open, because if you don't watch what all your opponents are doing, they could get that full philosopher they need to build a second metropolis at any time. And yeah, this has got a fantastic mythological creatures in it. Really does get that feel of ancient Greece, wartime in ancient Greece across. We really do like this one. It's got a fantastic, brilliant auction mechanism at the beginning, because right at the beginning of the game, you're bidding on favour of the gods that give you special abilities and allow you to build better armies. And the thing about this is you can place a bid. If someone bids higher, you have to go to one of the other gods. You can't come back. You can't bid higher on the same thing. So you get kicked out essentially. But yeah, Cyclades, I mean, this had a Titans expansion. We prefer just the base game with a few bits sprinkled in. But yeah, it's constantly being updated. When was it released? 2013 or something. And we had the Monuments expansion last year, which sort of changes things up. But this keeps growing and it keeps getting better. And this is the best game of all time.